All right, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do root well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect and the 1/3. And Lord's, will this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and Tawadi Yabashim Yahushai. Bashem Rakakwadash for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, Jacob's trouble is going to be just that, trouble. Okay, and I want to go into the Blue Letter Bible's definition for the Hebrew word for trouble right here. Let me make sure the audio is good. All right. And I was actually, Shalom, Shalom. I was actually reading this the other night. And, hey, man, this word trouble, it goes into a lot. Okay. And, just like Bernie Mac said, it's going to be trouble. And, it's very important for us to understand that. It's very important for us to understand much tribulation. Okay. Because you have people that have a misconception that, there's the so-called rapture doctrine. Okay. A lot of people have not been introduced to the truth. And it immediately makes me think about when Yahweh Shai, the night of his, being arrested and taken, where they bared false witness, would ultimately led to him being crucified. He told his men specifically that, tonight you'll be offended. And the reason why I'm going into that is because a lot of people with the lack of knowledge are going to be offended in Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, they're going to be offended in God, who they ignorantly call Jesus. This is why it's very important for us to eat the sweet as well as the bitter, so that we can be built up for when this day comes and we are not in the spirit to curse the Most High and die, as it was told to Job, which he did not. And I believe it says he never sinned once with his lips. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay, so the wisdom that's given to us and the knowledge of the scriptures and prophecy is what's going to be our stability in the time to come. Okay, knowledge, perception, skill, understanding, discernment. Okay, we're going to be cunning. We're going to be aware. This is why it says it happened to them unawares. All right, so when prophecy enters, this reality as a thief in the night, it's going to take these people by storm, and they're going to be very unaware of what's going on, why is it going on, and why is it happening to me. But with us understanding, in particular, scripture comes to mind, Job 4:7, because Jacob's trouble is going to be trouble. Okay, it's going to be judgment. All right, it's going to be across the board, to end the wickedness that we're so vexed with seeing daily. So the magnitude of this judgment is going to, thwart people's minds from hope and help, and and it's going to expose a lot of people too. And in that day, we're going to see where our faith stands in Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, so let me go back here. Let's actually look this word stability up, and then I'm going to go into the word trouble. Stability, firmness, steadfastness. Immediately. All right, what I like to do, or shall I say what's pressed upon my spirit, is to grab precepts that are coming to my mind as I'm reading the definition from other precepts in the blue letter. So we said steadfast, 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, therefore my beloved brethren. So this is for the beloved, okay? This is an exhortation for the beloved brethren and few sistren, all right? Be ye steadfast, see, unmovable. So we can't be unmovable in the mind. All right, we can't be unmovable. Always abound in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. Beautiful. All right, so let's go back. Stability, steadfastness, fidelity, being that faithful wife. Okay, the bride. All right, we have to tap in to the roles as Yahweh Shai's bride, in the aspect of Yahweh Shai is going to take care of everything, like how a woman. She's married to her husband, and he's the breadwinner. She's just home, and she's making sure things are well kept. And, the nature that a woman is supposed to be in a relationship, specifically a marriage. So that's our role, waiting for, our husband. All right. As we've been called to this wedding, because we are and have been called to the wedding of Yahweh Shai. So now that I said that, I want to go into this. Now, I seen a video the other day. It was this Jake. He had got basically caught up in the crossfire of a drive-by, and he was just taking the trash out. Okay, and he was still walking. All right, and the video was heavy. Okay, and he screamed and he said, "Ah!" And that was that adrenaline. That's what Esau calls the adrenaline, the spirit in him. Okay, and he was still walking as he got shot like 8 or 9 times. But what he had did was he put his hands on his loins, and it made me think of this, which then led me to go into the word trouble. So that's what we're going to do here. It says Jeremiah 30:6, ask ye now and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, or deathly pale, scared, afraid. Okay, let me see. There's one I believe that said deathly pale. Let me see. Turn into paleness. Just give me a moment here. Ashen faced, paleness. That one says green. I thought I saw one that said deathly. Okay, maybe I might have missed it, but let's just go up and see one more time. I believe yeah, there it is. Jeez, right in my face. See, NIV, and it says every face turned deathly pale. All right, so it's going to be a lot of emotions in Jacob's trouble as well. Okay, and this is why faith, mental stability, all right, is what's going to keep us. Now let's go into this. Okay, we always hear about Jacob's trouble, and I always like to look at Jacob's trouble as there's a slew of prophecies that I can think of. Isaiah 19, Egyptian versus Egyptian, invading one another. I mean, it just goes on and on of the scenarios, warlike law, martial law, cities locked down. It's going to be very bad out here. So let's go into this word trouble. So it says, alas, for that day is great. Now this word great is fire too. Let me show you this. All right. Jake in New York, they say fire. Right here. I like this one because look, it says as Yahweh himself. Okay. So the day is going to be, Jacob's trouble is going to be so intense. Okay. It's going to be so great. It's going to be as Yahweh himself. Okay. And remember, when the Lord showed himself to us, we were very afraid, and we said, oh, no, you deal with it, Moses. So Jake is going to feel the presence, okay, of their creator in this time. And it says men's hearts failing them from fear. And I always also like to go into the aspect of the spiritual judgment that'll be in Jacob's trouble too. Demons, pandemonium, all demonium, demons, all demons on deck. In the time of Jacob's trouble too, people are going to be thinking irrational. Their minds are going to be plagued. They're going to have a mental running to and fro in their mind. All right. So there's going to be a lot of things happening as this prophecy comes to pass, which immediately I have to hold Daniel's 12. You can't read. Well, I mean, you can, speaking as a man, but you can't read Jeremiah 30 without also going into Daniel, the 12th chapter. I mean, this is the severity of this. Okay. See, the time of the end. So let's go back. Don't want to make this too long. It says, alas, for that day is great. Alas, that day is intense. Alas, that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Now let's go into the real quick. He shall be saved out of it for the body of believers, the brothers, the few sisters. Our end goal is to be delivered. Our mind is deliverance from trouble, not judged in trouble. Daniel's 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. But what people? The Israel of God, as I believe it says in Colossians 1:16. Let me see. Let me see. Where is it? Let me just put it in. I don't want to, I may skim past it. Okay, I still even bring that out. All right, so I got to read that too. Okay, let me put Israel. And the Israel of God is not some Edomite street teacher in their small church. The Israel of God is the small remnant, the elect. Galatians 6:16. Okay, excuse me. Galatians 6:16. And as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy. We need mercy. And upon the Israel of Yahweh, Yasharallah. So in Hebrew, all right, because we just had the Lashwan Kodash pulled up. So in Hebrew, this would be Yashar Allah Shal Yahweh, all right, or if God, God meaning power, yeah, it would be Allah. So Yashar Allah Shal Allah, all right, Israel of God, all right, and that's what we're striving to be and having faith that we are, and this is why we're being confirmed. So I'll get this precept, Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter in the kingdom of Yahweh. So Jacob's trouble will be a great tribulation. So that's the who's going to be saved out of it. But let's go into the judgment aspect now for this word trouble. Okay, which 2/3 are going to be suffering that, the wicked portions of Yahweh Shemel Shai's people, as well as the third part of men, Esau, Edom, and the heathens. Okay, the son of the wicked and the son of men. So now let's go into this word trouble. Okay, this word is deep. Okay, it actually has a few different meanings, and every time the rabbit hole got deeper, the judgment got greater. Okay, so let's see right here. All right, so immediately it goes into straits, distress, and right now, are we not going through straits? What's that? Matthew's 7. Are we not in straits right now? Okay, we're in straits right now. We have to pray. We have to anoint ourselves. We have to fast if necessary. We have to refrain from certain things. We have to, spiritually recharge and constantly stay, on our pivot and be aware of what's going on. So, and there's tribulation and trials that come just with that. All right, so we're going through the strait right now. Okay, this is Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. So we're at that straight gate right now. Okay. You now woken up to an Israelite, unbeknownst to you, you've now made a vow to Yahweh Shemel Shai that we have to keep. Okay. So here, right here, straight obstacles. Okay. So we go through obstacles, even leading towards Jacob's trouble. And we have hope and faith that in that day we'll have abundance, as it says in 2nd Esdras, and the heathen will envy us. It tells you in Isaiah that my servants shall eat. So it's kind of one of those, you want your ass whooping now or later. We're taking it now, because I do not want my ass whooping later in Jacob's trouble. And I know you brothers don't either. Okay, because it's going to be some trouble. All right, trouble. So going back to this word straight, a position of difficulty, all right, which we're all in right now. It says, remember Apostle Paul said, we're in peril, but not distress. Actually, let's grab that real quick, just in case. Peril on every side, but not, is it distressed? Let me see. Just came to mind. Let me see real quick. Yeah, perfect. 2 Corinthians 4:8, we are troubled. All right. So it's better to be in trouble now than trouble later. We are troubled on every side. Like right now, you got a lot of Israelites that are laughing now, but will cry later. Eating now, but will be hungry later. Okay, woe unto you that laugh now. See, so it's blessed unto us that we're mourning now, so we can be happy later. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. And Jake is in despair right now. Okay, when I see the inner cities of our people, I say, man, this is filled with nothing but despair. And the word despair, I believe, means lack of hope. Let's look that up real quick. I'll take the caps off. Despair. Let's see. I had looked this up the other day. Complete loss or absence of hope. See that? So Apostle Paul's letting us know that even though he was catching hell, he wasn't lacking hope like us. We may catch hell, but we don't lack hope. We don't give up. We don't abandon hope. We're not in a state of desperation. Okay. See, look at that. In despair, I hit the bottle. Damn. Not good. Not good at all, man. Okay. So let's go back. Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And we all see that. You brothers see that. This place is broad gate of destruction. Okay, no one is out here slapping your hand and telling you don't buy this. A lot of things that are illegal according to our law are legal according to Babylon. So you can legally go and buy some pork, but you're not, because that's illegal according to the law. You can buy all types of things, blunt wrap, cigarettes. I mean, okay. There's a lot of wickedness out here that you can buy in this broad gate, but you're not, because we're being guided by Yahweh Shemel Shai and not demons. Okay. And broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And that broad gate can have you led down that gate by a broad herself. Be aware. Okay. And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. See that few. Okay. So now going back in the straits, distress, trouble, vex, rival wife. Okay. Adversity. That's Satan right there. Matter of fact, Revelations 12:12. Let's get that real quick. We gotta add the aspect of Esau's position in Jacob's trouble, right? Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Immediately think about 2 Ezra 15. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Because since man was placed upon earth, the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So things are speeding up. Things are happening more quickly, more aggressively. All right. Look, tribulation, anguish, distress, affliction, adversary. Okay. Like a rival wife. All right. That rival wife, that's hell. When you got that rival wife, she's got a demon on her just to make your life hell specifically. And that's what Jacob's trouble is going to be. It's going to be making people's life hell. Okay. Isaiah 65 has to be brought up because it says that they will be in a vexation of spirit. Isaiah 65, look, a rebellious people. Okay. Let me see this. Isaiah 65:1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. Right? We didn't ask for Yahweh Shemel Shai, but our spirit was seeking him. Remember, I believe Nathaniel and John, is that John 1:45? Let me see what that says. He said, we found him. Okay, I got to make this quick spiritual point. Let me just see. I can Google it. All right. Is this it right here? Oh, right. John 1:43. The day following Yahweh Shai will go forth into Galilee, and find a Philip and saith unto him, follow me. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. I know it's right in here. Probably right in my face. So I got these glasses. Okay, let me look it up real quick because I find that beautiful. We found him. All right. Let me see. Oh, I was right there. John 1:45. I was right there. See that? Philip finding Nathanael and saith unto him, we have found him, of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Yahweh Shai of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. See, so back then you had believers of Yahweh Shai that were looking for him. So what are the believers of Yahweh Shai going to be doing in Jacob's trouble? Exactly that, looking for him. We're going to be looking for Yahweh Shai in Jacob's trouble, while other people are just looking for food, looking for bullets, okay, looking for safety, looking for shelter. We're going to be looking for the Lord. All right. So going into this, distress, adversary, anguish, tribulation. But then look, there's an etymology, an origin of this word trouble. So let's click that. Now you go further into this word trouble. Now it goes in a look, narrow, tight, straits, foe, enemy. Okay. Jacob's trouble is going to be exactly that. You're going to be dealing with the oppressor, the enemy, adversaries. Okay. You see this? So this word trouble goes into a lot. Sorrow, tribulation, flint, hard pebble. All right. That crooked stone. Esau, that crooked stone. Adversary, foe. All right. Now let's go back. Isaiah 65:1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. That's us. Okay, look, I have spread out my hand. Oh, remember the Gentiles, Israelite foreigners. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts. This is why judgment needs to happen. Remember in the days of Noah, okay? So in the days of Noah, the judgment wasn't ceasing, so it had to be washed away. The judgment in Babylon is not ceasing, but increasing. So it has to be burned away. All right. Now let's go down to this. Isaiah 65. Okay. Because Jake is going to be in trouble. All right. They're going to be oppressed. Esau, Edom. Look at events in the past, like Katrina. Okay. Look at how Esau reacts to national problems, statewide issues. Okay. I'm going to say it plain. A nigga is not on the top of the list for resources when it comes to aid and assistance from the powers that be. All right. Because Jacob's trouble is going to also be federal power. All right. States are going to have a lack of funding. States could potentially run out of resources, something as simple as gas. Okay. Power grids of certain states will be shut down. But best believe the federal government of Babylon will still be up and running with armies, if not its own personal armies, to preserve its legacy, democracy, however you want to politically put it. Okay. But the point that I'm getting at is, in the midst of that, they ain't going to be worried about inner city Jakes. You know, I speak as a man, but I believe in the time of Jacob's trouble, they're going to lock the hoods down, you know, where they're not going to want Jake to be getting out of those areas, like how they put a trench round about us in 70 AD. So they're going to lock Jake in, and then they're going to have to reside off the resources within their lockings, and, you know, wherever they're locked down in. All right. And you ain't going to be able to live off quarter waters and Cheetos and still be, you know, physically fit to, you know, fight against whatever's going on. Okay. So Jacob's trouble is going to be a real life trouble situation that majority of our people are not going to be able to escape. All right. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat. See? That's why it says, woe to you that are, what is it? Woe to you that are full, I believe. Let's see that. See, right now, yep, you got a lot of Jakes right now that are in the truth. Okay, you got a lot of Israelites in the truth that are eating off of our people, and they're not eating off of the Lord. Remember, man should not live by bread alone. But you got a lot of Jakes in high positions in the amongst of the Hebrew Israelite community that are living off bread alone and not by just the word. Okay. And, you know, the real way you're going to live by the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai is you will have to be put in straight situations, narrow situations, distressful situations, but it won't leave you despair, because your hope is going to keep you what? Cleaving towards Yahweh Shemel Shai. And then that grants you the ability to understand why man does not live by bread alone, but by every word of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Where are they going to hunger? In Jacob's trouble. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. When are they going to weep and mourn? In Jacob's trouble. Okay. When their adversary shall come in like a flood, when Babylon will be turned into a blunt object against them. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. See that? So you got a lot of false prophets out here that are full and laughing and getting a lot of love. But in the time of Jacob's trouble, these false prophets are going to be hungry with no love and mourning and weeping. All right. Because of that judgment. Now let's go back. Isaiah 65 and 13. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Look. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl of vexation of spirit. And this is what's going to happen. Jacob's going to get broke in Jacob's trouble. You're going to break. All right. These wicked false prophets and false shepherds and sellouts, they're going to break in Jacob's trouble. I can't do it no more, man. Like that. They're going to break. All right. Mental despair. So let's keep going now. Anguish, adversary, Esau. Esau should be right in there. Tight. Look, narrow, tight. Esau's going to treat your ass like a slave ship. Remember how he crammed us into those tight ships? Well, doesn't it say that there should be people taken in a great number? 2 Ezra 5. 2 Ezra 5, 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, so there's some tokens coming. Behold, the days shall come The day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. It immediately comes to mind is 2 Ezra 16. Feed you, idled, offered of things unto idols. Okay, you're going to be idled. All right. In the movie Kingsman, they showed people stacked on individual cages in a football stadium. All right. Let me see if I can get a visualization for you. Let's put Kingsmen, people locked in cages. Let's just put stadium. Let's see if any of these key words pop up. In Kingsman, the Golden Circle. No, I don't know if that one's it. Let me just, there it is. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. There it is. Look at that. These is persons. These is peoples. See that? Look at that. Okay. Idle. Let me get it. Because you're going to be crammed. Look at that. They're going to be moving you with the low. All right. You use this in construction. Okay. People are going to be treated like material. All right. Go grab that wood. Grab wood number 525. Picks it up, brings it down, moves it here. See that? I got to get it now. That's that token. Let's get 2 Ezra, because we got to understand, brothers, even though we know this, there was a time where we didn't know this. And we have people like Elder Apostle Ramla was going into the great influx of new believers. All right. And I've also heard the Elder Ariala say you have to teach these lessons like people don't know what you're going into. Even though, brothers and sisters, we watch videos daily, you got to understand within us watching daily, there are other believers coming in that may not know this precept that you know. Okay. So let's go into it. Being idled. Okay. Jacob's trouble. You know what's going to be a part of Jacob's trouble? The MOTB. Okay. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, oppressor, enemy, adversary, and they shall take away certain of you, taken away in a great number. Okay, look, and feed you. Keep going. Being idle. Look at this. Are they not idle? They're idle. Then they're going to be offered to an idol, which that idol is going to be the MOTB. Okay, so this is modern day idol worship, the MOTB. All right, and this is what's going to happen. You're going to be idled, and then think about this. All right. Think about being in this. Remember Revelations 2. If a brother wants to post that, cast some of you into prison. I think it's Revelations 2 and 10. You got to think how quick somebody's going to break. All right. You just sitting there, maybe even standing there. Now, this is just a depiction of a movie. But remember, you're dealing with Esau, the torture tactic. Okay. I speak as a man, but this is a great way to break somebody. Lock them in something where they can't lay down. They can't get comfortable, and they have to stand. So they're going to start getting impatient. They're going to start getting anxious, and they're going to accept whatever he gives to get out of this. See, that's why it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. They're going to be laughing at you. You ever see a child in a corner? Come on now. We all Jakes. Remember when Jake's in the corner? They start stamping their feet. They start breaking. Okay. Had in derision, laughed, mocked, and in reproach, ill, and trodden underfoot, judged. See that? So you're going to have Jakes that are going to take the mark and still be judged. I mean, ultimately, you taking the mark, you're going to be judged as well. But right here, it's letting you know the prophecy. Okay. They're going to be laughed at, mocked, and ultimately trodden underfoot. And they're going to break from being idled in a position like this after being taken in a great number, and shall be taken in a great number. And the way of truth shall be hidden, prophets, famine of the word, and the land shall be barren of faith. Ooh, scary. That's why faith is so important. So now let's go back to this word trouble. Okay, narrow, tight, straight. All right, locked up like a slave ship. See that? It's crammed like sardines. Okay, that's Jacob's trouble. Let's keep going. It goes more. So now there's another word for this word trouble outside of being enemy, adversary, affliction, foes, flint, sorrow, stress, oppressor, excuse me. Let's go further. This is the third etymology. See how the rabbit hole goes deeper? So when you go into that word trouble, brothers, and you're going into Jacob's trouble, you got a whole lesson right there. You could go into Jeremiah 30 and go into a whole camp with all those words, articles, precepts. That's it right there, brothers. Look, look, look. Besiege. Let's go back. It said besiege. Look, look. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, besieging. For they shall waste and take away, besiege their goods, and cast them out of their houses. Okay? See that? Enemy, adversary, besiege. Look, look. To bind up. Revelation. I got to get it. I got to get it. Okay? Revelations 2. Cast into prison. You're going to be locked up. Okay? Treating you like you live that thug life. Okay? Revelations 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. Now, real quick, the thought just came to my mind to check the commentary. So let's check this. All right. Lessons like these are sobering exhortations for the body of believers, starting with the brothers, for us to be mentally prepared for what's coming, because everyone around us, okay, outside of brothers, are not in the spirit that we're in. Okay. They have no idea. Okay. They have no idea what's getting ready to happen, and they're playing around because they're not set up to be awoke like we are. So I'm just curious. Revelations 2 and 10. Okay. There's some good stuff in there. 2 and 9 is good. Let's see. Do not fear literally means stop being afraid. Ooh, stop being afraid. Got to tell your flesh, stop being afraid. Let's see. Suffered under persecution. They were afraid. Sometimes we think that Christians who endure persecution are almost superhuman, and we sometimes don't appreciate the depths of fear they struggle with. There were things which they were about to suffer, and Yahushua wanted them ready to stand against those things. See that? So Yahushua wants us ready, brothers. He wants his bride ready. Okay? Come on now. When you have a preference in a woman, now compare that to the preference of the Yahushua has towards his believers. There's a preference that he has. Didn't it say, choose you pastors according to my heart? All right. And people, that's a stumbling block. Great millstones, a stumbling block to our people because they don't understand the rawness of the Lord. Let's see what else we got in here. The devil's about to throw some of you into prison. Yeah, that's going to be Jacob's trouble jail. All right. Jacob trouble jail. Okay. Go back. Let's see. It says here, Yahushua describes the nature of the persecution that would come against the Christians in Smyrna, talking about today. Apparently, they would be imprisoned and for a specific period of time. See that? See? According to Yahushua, the persecution about to come against the Christians, the Israelites, the hopeful elect, was from the devil, Esau, Edom. At the same time, it was measured and limited by Yahweh. Surely the devil wanted to imprison them for a longer time, but Yahweh limited the tribulation to 10 days. But we can't look at it as a literal 10 days, but a period of time. But since they said that, I have to make this point. Since they're saying that, Yahweh Shemashai is going to intervene for his elect, well, it says the days would be shortened for the elect. Matthew's 24 and where is it? 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So this is why we hear Elder Pastor Hard say all the time that once they make that mark mandatory, things are going to go quickly. And that gives me peace of mind. And it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense, but it also, it relieves my spirit with understanding that while accepting the necessary prophecies that we're going to have to go through to ultimately get to the kingdom. So, hey, Barakatah Yahweh Shemal Shai. So let me just see real quick. Being thrown into prison was a severe persecution. Makes me think about Jeremiah being lowered in, it was like a dungeon. In that day, prison was never used to rehabilitate someone and rarely used to punish someone. Normally, you were thrown into prison as you awaited trial and what? Execution immediately comes to mind. Revelations 20 and 4. See that? That's a part of Jacob's trouble, being a martyr. Revelations 20 and 4, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua. And, it's funny for my movie buff brothers out there. I was talking to a brother the other day. I said, man, this is funny because this is what you have to do in movies to kill a zombie, So like I say, we're just as our elders say, we're analyzing more. You have to wonder to a degree what breakdown is Esau going to use to justify the beheading of those that reject this mandatory mark under this new reset of digitalization. Okay, but then you go into the movies. What do? To kill a zombie, you have to take its head off. So could he potentially portray us, as unclean and carriers and this and that and that? Yeah. So we'll see. Now, there's other reasons why he would behead someone to keep their organs, but on surface level, what is going to be used. So we're exciting times. All right. And it says, and for the word of Yahweh, which is the doctrine, very important. It says, and which had not worshipped. And let me say this for brothers out there. This is why it's very important to understand the breakdowns correctly, brothers. Okay. Because a part of you having these breakdowns is also a part of your martyrdom in the leading up to it, because you kept that, just like you kept the patience of Yahweh Shai. You're also keeping the doctrine and the understanding, which the doctrine comes with a spirit, and that is the Holy Spirit. It says, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with a Mashiach 1,000 years, which we know 1,000 years is as one day. So John the Revelator saw the first day of the kingdom, not meaning there is a time limit on the kingdom. All right, I just want to make that to be known. So now they got the prison commentary. Well, we got the prophecy of that prison as well as now that's going to be for the elect. But what about Jake? Okay, 2/3 are not going to have the spirit to die for Yahweh Shemel Shai. Now, can there be some last minute, like the male factor? Absolutely. And that'd be beautiful. That's amazing. Okay. But the majority of the people, our people, 2/3 are going to be idled, offer to idols, and they're going to consent to those idols, but the elect won't. So this picture were to be a real prophetic picture, you best believe the elect would be in the midst of this. All right. Whatever brother or a few sisters, this is their lot. 2 Maccabees 7. But the elect is not going to break in Jacob's trouble and receive the mandatory mark. So now let's keep going. To bind up, to be put in prison, to be cramped. See, cramped in that camp. Okay, bound, tie up, to show hostility toward. Okay, so Esau is going to show hostility towards Jake and Jacob's trouble. All right, treat with enmity, vex, harass, going door to door, pulling out, pushing, shooting. Okay, ain't gonna be no conversation, ain't gonna be no my rights. Okay, Jake is gonna get a response with the end of a barrel. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the lesson, man. But when you go into pangs, as a woman in travail, see that shut up, being straight, oppress. Okay. So when you go into this word trouble, brothers, you got a whole lesson, man. Okay. You got prison right here. You got hunger, pain, you got everything. So that word for trouble in Jacob's trouble is very edifying. Okay. And we see for this word, we see prophecies that are going to be fulfilled in Jacob's trouble that prove the correct definition that they use for the blue letter. Now let's end it with Daniel's 12:1, because we had that. So this is where our hopeful mind is at the end of the day. Even though we push judgment, we also push faith, hope, and mercy. Daniel's 12:1, at that time shall Mayaka Allah stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. So we pray that we're in that book. Okay, but there will be a time of trouble like no other that will leave these people in straits. They'll be afflicted, they'll be bound up, they'll be cramped. Okay, they'll be in despair, and ultimately leading up to them just being judged. So wanted to do that quick lesson. I went into that word trouble the other night. So, Thawadi Abba Shemel Shai, forgive me the inspiration to go into that word. And I do pray that is edifying. We do have to keep our mind's eye very single right now, understanding what's going on, because prophecy is going to happen, honestly, when you least expect it. Even though we're expecting it, it's still going to be, very impactful. Okay, but we're going to know, we're going to be able to dissect it. We're going to be able to process it. Okay, other people are not, what happened? What's going on? We're going to know what's going on when it goes on. So just wanted to do that quick lesson. I pray you brothers were edified. And I just want to say, call Halah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.